The fire is quieted. The ashes have settled. What remains now is air. Welcome to Rituals and Ash. Tonight we speak not of fire, but of the wind, the one that carries memory into release. In the still air between endings and beginnings, there's a quiet invitation to loosen our grip, to let the story unfold without fear. Take a breath. Inhale what remains. Exhale what must be returned. Once, there was a woman who held a handful of ashes. She kept them close to her heart, as if warmth could return to what had already cooled. Days turned to seasons. The ashes never left her hand. They grew heavier, not from weight, but from sorrow. One morning, a monk passing by asked softly, "Why do you carry what longs to rest?" She looked at her palm and saw not ashes, but the shape of her own clinging. That was the day she opened her hand, and the wind came in. The ashes lifted, the air shimmered, and for a moment it felt as if the world had exhaled with her. To let go is not to forget. It is to see things as they truly are, that nothing in this world is still, not even the self that tries to hold on. We are like waves believing ourselves separate from the sea. We rise, we fall, and call the motion mine. But the sea has never left us. It only changes shape to remind us where we came from. In Buddhism, letting go is the doorway to wisdom. When the mind releases its need to possess, it begins to perceive without distortion. Like a mirror wiped clean of dust, awareness reflects everything, without grasping at what it sees. We cannot own the flame, only the warmth it leaves behind. We cannot keep the wind, only the breath it offers in passing. To cling is to freeze life into shape. To release is to let it move again. All that we call mine, this body, this grief, this love, is borrowed motion in the current of impermanence. When the current ends, we simply return to the river. In that return, there is peace. Not because a story ends, but because we stop struggling to write its next line. Letting go is not weakness. It is the courage to face change without fear. It is the strength to meet impermanence as a friend, not an enemy. When we stop clutching at what fades, we begin to touch what never leaves. The quiet awareness beneath all forms. That stillness is what the Buddha called nibbana, not a place, but the extinguishing of the fire of craving. Every ritual is a reflection of that truth. We light a candle, knowing it will melt. We bow, knowing we must rise again. We create, knowing all forms dissolve. And yet in each gesture there's beauty, because it affirms the moment before it vanishes. Charcoal becomes light, ash becomes ground, salt becomes sea. Everything transforms, and transformation itself is sacred. When we grieve, we are witnessing the law of change. When we love, we are affirming impermanence through kindness. To let go, then, is not to abandon what we love, but to love it without chains. Close your eyes, feel the space between breaths. That silence, that stillness, is where release becomes peace. From fire to wind, from holding to opening, from grief to grace, from loss to light. In every breath released, something sacred remains. The air carries not absence, but continuation. Reclaim the future, reclaim the soul. From ashes, love breathes again.